Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Manzur Ahmad Ghana, lecturer history. Our today's topic for 11th class students of history subject is why did Knights become a distinct group and when did they decline? It's a textbook question. Dear students, in this question we have to know about the value and importance of knights. How knights became very important in the feudal system in medieval Europe, and why then the knights declined. KNIGHTS. Let's first of all know who were knights. Knights were basically specific and professional soldiers who used to protect the feudal lords from all dangers, and in return the feudal lord used to give them a land grant, a piece of land or a land estate for their services. Dear students, in nutshell we can say knights were the people who performed military services for the feudal lords, and in return they used to get land estates and other privileges from the feudal lords. And why these knights became important? Because it is understood that it is believed that local wars and battles among feudal lords was a common feature of the European society, especially in the early medieval Europe. And when the wars and battles was a common feature among feudal lords, therefore all feudal lords thought it necessary to have a good cavalry. Cavalry means horsemen soldiers, and battle hardened soldiers to protect them against all kinds of odds, against the attacks by the other feudal lords. So, with the purpose to protect themselves from all dangers, the feudal lords gave birth to a new military class, a new class of soldiers, and these soldiers were known as knights. KNIGHTS. It were these knights who performed every kind of military service for the feudal lords. They defended these feudal lords against all kinds of odds, against all internal and external dangers. The feudal lord used to remain in their estate with all freedom, with all this ease, because of the professionally trained knights he had. And in return, the feudal lords used to give a number of privileges and facilities to the knights. And the knights, for example, they used to get land estates, small estates of land, small piece of land. They used to get money as well, and other they used to get tax concessions as well. So we need to understand these knights became very important. These knights enjoyed all sorts of privileges from their respective feudal lords. Since these knights are protecting feudal lords, and feudal lords were an had an important place in the feudal structure of medieval Europe. Therefore, these knights became very important, very distinct group, because it were these knights who gave all kinds of security and protection to the feudal lords, who are an important pillar of the medieval feudal structure. So, due to the importance of feudal lords, the knights became important, as it were these knights who gave all sorts of protection to feudal lords. However, with the passage of time, we understand that from the 14th and 15th century onwards, the system of feudalism began to decline. And there are a number of reasons which we have discussed earlier as well. And when the feudalism declined, means that feudal lords declined, because feudal lords were an important pillar of the feudal structure. Or when feudal lords declined, then feudal lords had nothing to give to the knights as a return of their services. Feudal lords had no land estates, feudal lords had no money, no other things to give to the knights. So when feudal system declined, the people who served them as military force, that's the knights, declined in a natural way. Because knights were important, because feudal lords were, they were the gods of feudal lords. But when feudalism declined, the feudal lords declined, it resulted in the natural decline of the knights as well. Thank you.